Just a reminder to silence your cell phones, please. And good evening. And welcome to the Atlantic 10 Men's Basketball Championship. Today we have the Rhode Island Rams, led by head coach David Cox. To his left, we have senior Jeremy Shepard, and then to his left, we have redshirt junior Antoine Walker. We will lead with a statement from head coach Cox, take questions for the student athletes, dismiss them, and then take questions for coach. Coach?
Yeah, it feels good to get the win. Definitely feels good to get the win. It was a hard-fought battle. I got to give Duquesne and Keith a lot of credit. They came ready to play today. Primo was he was really balling, and he caused us some issues. But I thought our guys showed some resiliency. I thought these two guys up here stepped their games up tremendously, particularly in the second half, on both ends of the floor, which allowed us to get out of here with the victory. You know, this time of season, it's about advancing, win and move on. So, it wasn't the prettiest of performances, but it's a win at the end of the day. We get another opportunity to play tomorrow, and we're really excited about that.
All right, we will take questions for our two student athletes. Please indicate your name and affiliation and raise your hand, and I'll have a mic delivered to you right here in the second row.
Mark Radigan with Anchor Sports. Antoine, third start in a row, tail end of the season, leading the team with 17 points and 11 rebounds. How are you feeling right now, helping the Rams get the victory?
I'm more happy it's just us getting the win and everybody just playing hard. So that's really what I'm more worried about and what I'm trying to get to do next game.
Keep it right here in the second row.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now. Jeremy, what was going through your mind at the free throw line those last two trips, and especially after the last one missed? What were you thinking then?
Nothing really. Just need to make the shots. It's not my first time in that situation. Anybody on our team can knock those shots down, but of course, I was able to get open to get fouled to take those shots. I was just down on myself really bad just now on the way to the locker room. As coach, I needed to make all of those. So I definitely got to be prepared to make those tomorrow.
We're going to move down to the first row here with David.
Jeremy David with the Providence Journal. I know it's kind of early to think about it, but a chance to play Richmond, your hometown team, tomorrow night. Kind of what goes through your mind with that opportunity?
I didn't get to play last game. I was out with my shoulder. So I'm really excited to play them again. One of my guys, Nick, he's on that team. We played a team loaded together. So, just really, really excited to compete against those guys. It's a great team. But, of course, we got to get this win to move on.
We're going to move to the second row.
Lima Marcu, GW Hatchet. So, Antoine, I have a question for you. Obviously, this tournament is being played in D.C. You're from D.C. Has to be pretty cool to be able to maybe play in front of some family and stuff like that. So can you just talk about playing in front of your family and fans in D.C.?
It definitely gets me excited to know I got people in the stands that's watching me. Just me being far in Rhode Island, they don't really get to come to a lot of them games, so it was kind of just fun to see all my family in the stands and just playing, showing them what I could do.
We're going to move back to the third row, right here in the center.
John Teitel from HoopsHG.com. Antoine, following up on that, I believe it's been over 4 years since you won a game on this court. So with the family and friends, what's it like to be back in this building on this court?
It just means a lot, A lot happened in this gym. Like, I played my high school championship games in this gym. I came here, I used to go to Georgetown, so I'm pretty familiar with this gym. So it's just exciting, just to get back out here and to play with my team.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Right here in the second row.
Yeah, for Antoine, I know they were pretty short in the post, and then Hema got in foul trouble. How did you feel like that changed things early in the game there?
It definitely changed a lot. Getting him out the game. He couldn't do as much when he on the bench, so it just worked out in our way.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you, gentlemen. You are dismissed.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Okay, we will now take questions for head coach Cox. I have a question here, second row.
Coach, tonight you had, Sam Basil, House Enterprise. Tonight you had 22 bench points and, 5 or 6 guys in double figures. How comfortable are you, reaching deep into your rotation for games like this?
Oh, the bench was big tonight. I think both Mikhail and Makai had 10 points each. That was, that was huge. Bassey provided a tremendous lift, just a spark off the bench. I'm not sure how many points he had, and I thought Jalen's defense was really, really solid. So outside of the points, which was good, I just thought that those guys came in and they contributed in the right way.
Third row.
John Titel, hoopshd.com, Coach. Antoine talked a little about coming back and the homecoming. For you, you spent a lot of time both in this gym and in this city. So what's it mean to you? Obviously, it's a business trip, but what does it mean to you to get the win with all of that in the back?
It's special. I didn't get a lot of time to kind of think about it and dwell on it until I actually, arrived into the gym. I worked here at Georgetown for a number of years, so they happened to put us in the same locker room. So there was, it was a little nostalgic. And hey, now, I grew up a hometown fan, Georgetown, the Bullets, Maryland. I used to come here to watch games. So it's my first time ever, having the opportunity to coach, the head coach on that floor. And it was pretty special, particularly with my family behind me. And even more special that we got the win.
Any more questions for Coach Cox? Down here in the first row.
Just last one for me. I don't know if team needs motivation this time of year, but with the long losing streak with Duquesne, did that kind of pump you guys up a little bit more, not wanting to fall victim to them?
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily the losing streak to them necessarily. It was just the fact that if you lose this game, your season's over, and we still have, some breath. We still have an opportunity. We still have some minutes to play. We've got 40 more minutes, and I'm super excited that we have that opportunity. And no, I don't have to motivate them at this point. They're going to come out. They'll be ready to roll tomorrow. I can assure you of that.
Any more questions for Coach Cox? Right here in the second row.
Coach, coming off of 2 heartbreaking losses to end the season, a couple extra practices before the A-10, get in the gym, really focus on the task at hand, kind of new season mentality. How crucial do you think that was for your guys and for your coaching staff to really reset and refresh coming into the tournament?
Yeah, no, we had a few light days in the gym physically, but we really watched a lot of film. We really talked philosophically about how we were going to approach this tournament, how we were going to guard this particular team. So I thought it was pretty good, and I thought our guys were locked into it. To be honest with you, I thought our defensive game plan was really good. Primo Spears is a heck of a ball player, and one-on-one he's really, really hard to guard, and he got a rhythm early, and there was no looking back. I probably tried 3 or 4 or 5 different guys on him, but I thought our game plan was solid. We're going to have to now switch gears now. We're playing a Princeton team tomorrow with 5 or 6 veteran players that will, they know their offense intricately, and now we've got less than 24 hours to kind of debunk what we were doing here and go with the whole Princeton defensive philosophy. So we're excited to get to work, happy for the opportunity.
Just 1 or 2 more for Coach, if there are any. All right, Coach, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Just a reminder, tomorrow Rhode Island will play number 6 Richmond at 8:30 right here at Capital One Arena. Thank you very much. We have the number 14 Duquesne Dukes, led by head coach Keith Dambrot. To his left, we have sophomore Kevin Easley, and to his left, we have freshman Primo Spears. We will start with a statement from head coach Dambrot. Then we'll move on to questions for the student athletes. We will dismiss them and take questions for the head coach. Coach?
So it's been a tough, difficult, humbling year for us. About everything that went wrong for us, including injuries, close game losses, just a lot of things. Tough deal. We have one coach that's sick, Bill Brown. So we just had one of those years. But the one thing I will say is the last 3 games I thought we really battled, and tonight was no exception. We were giving up some size and some strength inside, but we held our own and we gave ourselves a chance to win, and I give our guys a lot of credit for that.
All right, we will take questions for the student athletes down here in the first row.
Kevin and Primo, Nick Martin from the Major Madness. Just talk about what you guys are looking forward to with the future of this program.
First, I want to just get everyone back. We haven't played healthy all year, I don't think. So that's the first step moving forward, and just competing, getting better all summer long. And just we're actually focused on just finishing the school year, academic-wise. That's the first. But we just want a full, healthy team.
Like Kev said, I think we just need to get everybody back. Injuries definitely got us this year with the 3 big boys, Trey, RJ, and Rhode. So I think with them back, we're stronger than ever. And then 2 freshmen, whole year of experience. So I just said it all year, every press conference I've been in, just learning from this year, learning from every game, just taking it day by day next year, and just knowing what we got to do to rally ourselves back for next year.
We're going to move right here to the second row.
Alan Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now. Primo, I guess a fair question. What's got into you these last couple games? I mean, you had a good year, but it seems like, do you feel like you've been playing your best basketball? Because the score sheet definitely reflects that here at the end of the season.
Just the game plan we've been running into. Last 3 teams have switched the ball screen with me and a bigger guy, and Coach D just believed in my talent to be able to be my guy one-on-one. So I just think that's it. I just took my opportunity when Coach D gave it to me with them and their scheme, their defensive scheme. So just took advantage of my opportunities.
Any more questions? Back to the second row.
How much did, for both guys, how much did, coming out here and competing and giving your best, despite the losing streak and everything, how much did that mean to you? And I don't know, does the fact that you were able to stick together as a team in that way mean something?
Kevin, why don't you start?
Just coming into it, we had a meeting. We're 0-0, and we just wanted to come and compete for ourselves, because it was us against everyone else. No one believed in us. We fell short, and coach is still upset about that. But he was very proud of how we fought. I'm very proud of how we fought.
Character. Coach has stressed it all year. That was our best attribute, probably on and off the court, is our character in the locker room. So we came down here just ready to fight, just ready to try to get a couple games in, and we fell short. But like Kevin said, I thought we probably played our best, facilitating and just getting everybody involved in basketball that we probably played all year. So I'm proud of our guys. I said it in the locker room. Everybody gave each other hugs. I thought the energy was very good today, and just like you said, 0-0, and we just came in with that mindset.
Any more questions for the student athletes? All right, thank you. You guys are dismissed.
I appreciate you guys.
We'll now take questions for head coach Dambrot. Right here down to Nick.
Coach, you talked about that battle tonight. Just talk about what it means for these guys to not give up on you all year, and then they came and they battled tonight, made it a really close game.
So it's been kind of a new experience for all of us, right? We really haven't had a losing season since 1993 or 4, I think. So I guess when we had one, we had a big one. So, like I said, a lot of things went wrong, but I stressed with them all this last month or so of the season that we're going to find out, like, really who has good character, who has toughness, and who has quit. And it would have been really easy to quit. Like, we could have just showed up and played poorly and, just woe is me. But we tried. I mean, and, we got, I've stressed with Primo especially, like, this is an opportunity to really develop and learn how to lose. Because to really be great, sometimes you have to learn how to get hit in the mouth. Like, I've been through it one other time in my life, and that's kind of what separates you. Do you put the white flag up, or do you battle to the bitter end? Even though, like, realistically, we probably knew we weren't going to win the tournament with 8 guys. Like, it would have been pretty hard for us, but we didn't show any signs of that, did we? Like, we just mentally showed what we were made of, and I think that's important for the future. We have a lot of work to do as a staff and as a program to get back to where we were, but we've had some good players in the program here, and we still have some good players here that we can build around and get back to where we want to be.
Want to keep it in the second row, Daniel?
Coach, Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. You've been at Duquesne for a couple of years now. You've had some success and you've had some down seasons. What do you feel like it's going to take moving forward for this program to continue to take that next step forward as Duquesne continues to build their program?
Well, we've only had one losing season, but I really didn't come here to finish middle of the pack. My Akron team's played in 7 straight championship games. So really that's failure in my eyes. So we just have to get better. Like, we were close. We were 21-9 and 11-7 in the league. We could play with anybody in the league. We've beaten every team in the league since I've been here. But we haven't been consistent enough to win a championship or to be in the top 3. I think we finished tied for 5th was the highest we finished. Obviously, this year was awful, but I think it's an aberration. I think I think if we keep our guys healthy, we probably finish about 500. We didn't, and again, that's my fault too, because our depth wasn't good enough to overcome it. So ultimately, it's totally on me and our staff. But basketball's a funny game. It only takes 1 or 2 guys or 1.5 guys, and pretty soon those guys that are pretty good role players become better players. I've been through that many, many times. So, we went from one of the biggest, strongest teams in the league to pretty much being the smallest. So, like, our adjustment issues, even as a coaching staff, now, I played every which way because I was a high school coach, a Division II coach, but I prefer to play big and strong. And when we had Mike Hughes and Marcus Weathers and Bailey Steele and those guys, we beat a lot of people up physically in this league. And this year we just, with what happened to us, we just couldn't do it. So now we become like everybody else with 2 freshman guards. And we're fortunate that those guys played pretty good for young guys like Primo. Primo looked like one of the best players in the league tonight. So, we just have to stay positive and not doubt ourselves. And again, I've been through enough that I know we can get it done. We didn't show it this year, but that's just the way it goes.
We're going to move to the second row right here.
Hey, Keith Allen Saunders, Pittsburgh Sports Now. A couple questions about the end of the game there. Did you want Jackie to go for 2 there, or would you?
I think it was a good play. I think going for 2 was a good play. I think we probably shot too many threes earlier in the, earlier in the last 2 minutes and didn't take the 2s. Because it's when you drive the ball in there, it puts pressure on the defense and the referee. And, all we got to do is get 1 deflection and a steal and we win the game. They butchered up a few at the end, which allowed us to stay in the game. I mean, we had our opportunities. They made a couple and we missed a couple when it really mattered. About that 6 or 7 minute mark, I think, or 5 minute mark, I don't know. And that was the difference in the game. And again, we're probably playing a little bit more on fumes. Again, young kids don't have as good of, motor and stamina as some older guys. and I felt like we kind of petered out a little bit. And again, we're playing against those big bodies with 6'6" guys, really, which, think about that. We did a good job. We forced 19 turnovers. We didn't do a very good job, like, guarding at the 3 line. That really hurt us. But I thought it was a good decision, Alan, really.
With already playing short in the front court with Hima's foul trouble, how much did that hurt you? And how can that be a kind of learning lesson for him?
I don't know if it hurt us or helped us. To be quite honest, you know me, I'm brutally honest. Like, he's new to the game, and he's done a good job for us, and he's an unbelievable person. But this is a first experience for him, whereas those other guys are a little bit older. So obviously he had his struggles early on, which showed me that he wasn't quite ready for it yet. But I have unbelievable confidence in him because of his character, that he'll be a reasonably good player in this league, especially if he keeps working at it. But it affected us just from we only played 7 then instead of 8. So that's hard.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, Coach,
All right,
thank you.
thanks so much. Iced tea.